Hey friends! I realized I've made a lot of videos about how to use Cash App, but I've never made a video that just talks about all the ways that you can get your money out of Cash App. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 different ways that you can get your money out of Cash App. So to get started, open up Cash App on your phone. The simplest way to get money out of Cash App is to use the Cash Out button. To get to the Cash Out button, you're going to go to the first tab in Cash App, and you'll see the Cash Out button right there. But before you press it, you might want to make sure where that money is going to go. So to figure that out, click on your profile where your picture is, and then scroll down to Linked Banks. So here you can see what debit card and bank account are attached, or you can change those. If you want more details about that, I do have that in my introductory video to Cash App, which I'll link right here. So let's go back to that first tab and click that Cash Out button, and then you can choose how much money you want to take out of your account right now. And then when you click Cash Out, it's going to give you the option of standard or instant. Standard means it's going to send it to whatever bank account you have in there, and that bank account was the one you entered with the account number and routing number. Instant means it's going to go to that debit card. Your bank account and debit card do not have to be from the same bank, so this is a way that you can have 2 different banks linked to Cash App, even though they kind of limit you on how much you can connect. The standard transfer takes a few days, and it is free with Cash App. The instant transfer does have a fee based on how big the transfer is. You can see for my $5 transfer, it's only saying 25 cents. Generally, I'm going to use the standard option, and then I click done, and you can see the money has gone out of my account. So your second option for getting cash out of your account is to send it to somebody else. To do that, you click on that middle tab where the $sign is, you put in an amount, click pay, and then you'll choose who you want to send it to, but pay attention up here at the top. It's telling you where you're sending it from. So it's giving me the option of my cash balance or my debit card. So if I'm trying to get money out of Cash App, of course I'm going to choose the cash balance. But you need to be careful. Here I was trying to send $5 and I have $55 on my account, so that's fine. But notice if I change the amount I'm sending to $60, it does not give me the option of cash balance anymore. It only gives me the option of the debit card. That's because the amount I'm sending is more than my cash balance. You can't do a split transaction where some comes from your cash balance and some comes from the debit card. So if I wanted to send somebody $60, I should send them 2 separate transactions, $55 for my cash balance and $5 for my debit card. If you want more info about sending money to people on Cash App, I have a separate video about that that'll link right here. Now, if you have the cash card debit card from Cash App, you have 2 more options for how to get your money out of your account. The cash card is free to get, and in the app, you're just going to click on that second tab. If you don't have a card, it'll give you instructions on how to order it there. And of course, I have a video about that too. A link to the video about how to order a cash card right here. But if you do already have a card, you can scroll down here and click Find an ATM. And then you have an option of withdrawing your money at an ATM. But be aware there are fees for this. The standard Cash App fee is $2.50, and if you use an ATM that's not in their network, there could be a fee from the bank as well. So it can get kind of expensive to take your money out of an ATM. But there are a couple ways to avoid the Cash App fees, and in my other video about ATMs on Cash App, I'll tell you how to avoid those fees. I'll link that video right here. Now, if you do have the Cash App debit card, the other way to get money out of your account is to spend it using the debit card. When you have the debit card, you can spend up to your balance on Cash App. So if you do try to spend more than you have in your account, that transaction is going to get declined. Also, a lot of stores will let you get cash back with a debit card, so that's an option too to get some more money out of your Cash App. If you want to see more about how to use the Cash App debit card at a store, I've got a video about that, and I'll link that right here. As you can see, I have a lot of videos about Cash App, so I will link my whole How to Use Cash App playlist right here for you.